Hello, friends. Pastor Andrew here with an update regarding our COVID-19 response. The governing board and I met this Sunday, and we just had a few updates to share with you. As you are aware, it's kind of concerning that the cases and hospitalizations are increasing yet again, while vaccination rates are lower than expected. So I continue to maintain that the science is good on this, and what is needed to curb this pandemic is to see a higher vaccination rate. So if you haven't been vaccinated, please do so. But I believe that Salem is leading the way, as are many Methodist churches, in the number of vaccinations. So I would ask that you let us know, and we're going to share a survey with you. It's just one question. Have you been vaccinated or not? And it's completely anonymous. Nobody will know what your answer is. But I continue to see that the science shows that the risk is greatly reduced for those who have been vaccinated, while all can still transmit this virus. With or without the vaccine, we are still responsible to protect the most vulnerable among us. And that includes children under 12 who cannot yet be vaccinated. And as Christians in the Methodist tradition, again, we have a responsibility to do no harm and to do good and to love God and neighbor. And so that includes protecting the most vulnerable among us, which is our children, as well as those with underlying health conditions that contracting COVID-19 would complicate. Therefore, as numbers increase again, we strongly encourage the use of masks again. I think I mentioned this Sunday. I'm going to lead the way. This is what I'm going to do. I'll wear a mask more often than not. As we've suggested, that you can, once you find your seat, you may take your mask off, kind of like the way that restaurants were. That's one way we can kind of compromise on this, but realize that when we're in common areas together or when we're closer together, wearing the mask and practicing a social distance of at least 3 feet now is important. So we also will continue to offer online worship. We are going to continue to offer in-person worship as well. Both are acceptable choices at this time, depending on your risk level. In other words, we have come to a place where instead of us saying we have to do this or we require this, is we want to allow folks to make their choices and do so responsibly, not just keeping ourselves in mind, but each other in mind. What is the most faithful and loving response? Because we realize that we take risks every day. I mean, when we get in a car, we are taking a risk. And the analogy is similar there. In a car, we put on a seatbelt. We practice defensive driving techniques. So we want to mitigate the risks involved with COVID-19, and one way we can do that is get vaccinated, social distancing, and wearing the masks. And so that's what I encourage you to do, and I'm going to encourage you as well. But we also recognize that there's a risk involved in some ways to our spiritual growth and our mental well-being when we don't meet together. So we want to continue to offer those options. In other words, we're not suspending in-person worship or activities at this time. Now that could change. We're going to keep an eye on this and monitor it from week to week. But in order to continue to do this, please continue to do your part, to do your best, to do no harm, to do good, and to love God and to love neighbor. God bless you. Have a great day.